think this tool has been an amazing tool. I actually saw that being used at the recent Tucson Bootcamp, and people seem to have enjoyed it.
All right, paddles up and welcome to episode 24 of the Pickleball Gurus podcast. I'm Randy Manaply, and I'm here with Prem Carnot, the Pickleball Guru, the world's premier pickleball coach and author of two best-selling books, Smart Pickleball and Drop Shot Till You Drop.
Hey, Guru Nation, how are you guys?
This episode will have an insider's view of Bootcamp and lots of Black Friday deals. So first thing, let's introduce Tina to everyone. Tina, you attended the Denver Bootcamp. Why did you choose the Guru's Bootcamp?
Yeah, I sure did. Good morning, you guys. Nice to see you. How did I choose the bootcamp? I started playing pickleball here in Charlotte in May. It was a great COVID pastime sport. You know, it's outside and you can easily social distance. So all my neighbors found this clinic that the Pickleball Guru did in August. I think we all took the clinic here in Charlotte, a 2-day clinic. So that was fabulous, and Prem has just a wonderful teaching style. We all enjoyed it very much. You learned so much, and then from the clinic, I learned that there are boot camps, which are much more intensive and individualized. So I went and looked and tried to sign on to a boot camp, and they were all sold out. So and I actually joined the Pickleball Guru's newsletter, and Randy, I think you sent a message saying that one person dropped out of the Denver boot camp. He had an injury or something. So
right.
I grabbed the spot. So that's how I got to the boot camp. I did the clinic first, and it was super.
And I'll ask you to get more specific in a moment, but overall, what did you think of the boot camp breakthrough experience?
The boot camp was amazing. The boot camp is much more individualized than the clinic. In clinic, you learn 2 days, so many different fundamentals. And the boot camp is only 8 people. So that's one thing that was really great about the boot camp. It's 4 days long, so it's very intensive. And Prem just has a great style of teaching. I mean, he looks at every single person individually and sees what they need, what they need work on their game. And so it's much more intensive, and you take the fundamentals you might have learned at the clinic or fundamentals you might already know. And it's just very intensive. So it was a terrific experience for the boot camp.
And specifically, what did you enjoy? Did you have a favorite session?
All the sessions were great. My gosh, you learn so much. For me, where my game was, I probably enjoyed the 3rd shot drop session the most.
Yeah.
When I play here in Charlotte, now I play mostly against 3.5 players. And, you know, a 3.5 player, they're all going to come to the net. And if you can't figure out when your 2 opponents are at the net how to do a 3rd shot, or whether it's a 5th shot or 7th shot drop shot, you're going to lose the point. So for me, just where I was in my game, my favorite session was probably the 3rd shot drop. But I think it depends on where you are in the game. I mean, there's so much in that boot camp that you learn. But for me, that was probably my favorite.
And I understand that you enjoyed it so much, you're going to be attending the Costa Rica boot camp in December.
Yeah, I like pickleball, can you tell? Yeah, I became addicted real fast to pickleball. Costa Rica, well, I saw Costa Rica advertisements when I started looking at your newsletters, and I'm like, well, Costa Rica, that sounds like a vacation, plus pickleball. So, I mean, if you love to travel, everybody takes a vacation every year, so why not combine your favorite thing, which for me is pickleball? So that just sounded terrific. And, you know, a pickleball vacation. One thing that's great about pickleball is most people in pickleball are fun, nice people. So it's also a great way to meet people, and you really bond. So yeah, vacation, pickleball, and people in Costa Rica, and warm weather. It all sounded pretty good. Plus Costa Rica, I looked and they have a pretty low COVID rate, so that was also
right. And what would you say to someone thinking about attending a Guru boot camp?
Somebody thinking about it, don't think, just do it. It's really, you're not going to find a better opportunity. And Prem is, I think, a very excellent teacher. One thing I found that I went to do my boot camp, though, is that they're sold out. So, you know, they're very limited. There's only 8 people in the boot camp. and he does, I think, I don't know, 10, 11 boot camps a year. So, I mean, the space book's out early. So if you're thinking about doing a boot camp, you really have to. I was lucky. I mean, somebody happened to drop out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had an opportunity to do the boot camp. So you have to think about it and do it early.
Yeah, that's a good point, because for the Tucson, I think we had up to 6 people get on the waiting list, and no one dropped out of that one. So you were pretty fortunate with that. What would you say was the moment that the light bulb went off while you were at boot camp? In other words, what made it all come together for you?
I don't know if there was a single light bulb. My gosh, there's so much that you learn. Everything. I mean, you learn all the physical mechanics of your game. You learn so many strategies, the third shot drop, how to defend hard shots at the net. You know, here we have a lot of hard players in Charlotte and defending against hard players. I think one of my favorite, though, was maybe dancing with your partner. Prem does a lot of that. We did a lot of that at the Denver clinic, and how to hit cross court. And, you know, so many times your opponent hits a ball right down the middle of the court, and you look at your partner looks at you, and you're like, oh, I think you should have got that. No, I think you should have got that.
Yeah, they termed that,
so that was a great
divorce
light bulb moment. That was a great light bulb moment. It's like, now you know who should have got that dang ball. So, I mean, there's just so many things, you know, it depends on where you are in your game for that light bulb moment. And Denver, we had, I can see why people take, like, we had, I think one guy took, this was his 3rd boot camp. And
Charlie.
Charlie was great. And that's the thing, you can make so many friends in your boot camp. I think this was Charlie's 3rd boot camp, and I can totally see why, because you're not going to master all these things. I mean, you can't master them in 4 days. You learn all these things, and then you can take it home, and you practice in your games at home, in your rec play. But yeah, Charlie, this was his 3rd boot camp, and I can totally see why, because there's just so many things. For me, the light bulb, 2 things, like that third shot drop, and then the dancing with your partner. But next time, if I do another one, it's going to be something else.
Okay.
Depends on what you're at.
And I think also, to just add to that piece, I think these bootcamp experiences, especially the bonding, which you talk about, Tina, is a very fun experience, because a lot of the players, because it's a small group like that, over 4 days, get into really good thick friendships, and then there's a real bonding which happens between each and every participant. So that makes it even more richer. So Charlie might not probably just only his pickleball skills, just but being around other players allows him to also inspire himself. I think that's another important part of why some people come back again.
Yeah. Pickleball is a fun sport, that's for sure. And the sport itself is fun, but really the connection with other people is something that's really super. Most pickleball people are fun. I've met 1 or 2 that aren't, that are a little bit harsh, but yeah, the bonds you make in your groups are.
Yeah, especially in your rec play, there's usually at least one in the crowd that.
There's always that one that's
the
like,
the one.
Yeah, don't be that one.
Don't be that one.
As Prem always says, it's only pickleball.
It's only pickleball.
Only
we actually did a webinar on pickleball etiquette, and you could say the theme of that was not to be that one guy that does this.
Don't be that one person, for sure.
Yep. So let's talk Black Friday deals for the boot camps. Normally you get $500 off our list price, but through December 1st, you'll get an extra $100 off, so $13.97 for the best boot camp available. Coming with a partner, you get an extra $200 off, and this is the big one. Coming as a foursome, you'll get the Bootcamp Breakthrough Experience for $9.97. That's 50% off our list price if you're bringing you and 3 other friends with you. Use coupon code WebinarX2 if coming alone for $600 off, WebinarX3 for $700 off if you're coming with a partner, and coupon code FOURSOME if it's you and 3 others, and I'll have all this down in the show notes. Prem, tell everyone what they get out of boot camp, and Tina, you can chime in here too if you want.
What are you asking for, Randy? Are you asking for all the wonderful goodie things they get, or are you talking about the experience?
Absolutely, because it's not just you coaching. It's an actual experience to where there's so much things that are taken care of you while you're there.
Well, a lot of credit goes to you, Randy, because you are the man behind all that. A lot of attention has been given because Randy normally connects with each and every participant before the boot camp, even a few months or weeks ahead, trying to get hold of what their needs are in terms of their pickleball skills, and trying to figure out every information about their mental prep work and what are the things they struggle with, and then everything else they might have. So you take real good care of listening and putting that all in words, and also trying to find out what their dietary needs are, so to make sure that we cater well to their individual food needs, which it's a lot of prep work. And I'm grateful for Randy being present, and very, very accurate about getting all that information from each participant and sharing it with me, obviously, which makes it easier. And so that's pretty much what you would call the prep, or the pre-preparation of prior to the boot camp starts. And during the boot camp, obviously, the whole there's normally a presentation of a table with lots of really healthy food, snacks viable from fresh cut fruits, generally organic mangoes and blueberries and nuts, and all sorts of energy bars of different kinds, grain free, and some of them are gluten free, and some of them are sugar free, and multiple options. They have a lot of drinks in there, which are offered, sports drinks. So those are all part of what is offered all through the day while they are doing their sessions. And they obviously also get a wonderful goodie bag with lots of surprises, which I can't really say because otherwise it won't be a surprise, right? It's not a flimsy bag. It's normally a bag with a lot of, a really good sports bag with a lot of stuff inside, which are very useful. Some are provided by our sponsors, and a lot of things from books, from my books, and other materials, branded materials, which will be in the bag. And generally, the participants really love receiving that, which is all individualized again with their names, and those bags are given. And so those are important parts of the boot camp, the outside part. And the coaching, obviously, each sessions are already elaborated many times by you, Randy, and also it's on the website on how the sessions work on everyone. And I find it very enriching. And then they obviously get catered lunches every day for the first 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, since Monday is just only a half a day morning session, so they get no lunch there, but every other day lunches are being served, and generally good food, and to the choices of what the participants want. Have I forgotten anything else, Randy?
For sure, I can add that Randy's so organized beforehand. I mean, you're just taking from the hand from the second you sign up. You get lots of, Randy sets the whole thing up, and then when you're there, you're very well taken care of. But one thing I find that, I read everything about the boot camp before I went, all the sessions, and it says 15 hours, 4 days. Well, it's a lot more than, it was much more than what I read about. I mean, I forget what it's advertised, 15 or 20 hours. So it ends at 4 o'clock every day. Well, nobody leaves at 4 o'clock. I mean, we all end up staying. So there's a lot more hours and a lot more in it than what you actually read, what you're going to get. Everybody's I mean, if you're tired and you want to leave at 4, by all means, you can leave at 4. You can just sit there and hang out with everybody, which some people did. And a lot of people keep playing, and Prem keeps coaching, and we just stay until we're too tired. But it's a lot more. It's a lot more than what you read about.
Yeah, we tend to over deliver on everything.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to our boot camp.
For sure.
Just keep in mind that these boot camps are discounted for the states. The international pickleball destinations are already discounted, and lodging and food is included, so there's no additional discount for these. But if you do want a pickleball destination, as Tina said, where she's going in December, there's Costa Rica in December, and there's going to be 2 sessions in April. Turks and Caicos in December 2021, and Jamaica in December 2022 for those looking to make long-range plans. Links to the boot camps are available in the show notes, and I'll also put the coupon codes in the show notes. If you want a more affordable experience, we also have Boot Camp Express coming up in January in Vero Beach, Florida, and Richmond in May. It's only $597 for 2 days and 12+ hours of coaching. And you can get an extra $100 off by using coupon code EXPRESS by November 1st. With the holidays coming up, maybe you're looking for a paddle to send to someone, but better yet, if you're looking for a 2 paddle set, maybe you have a couple of friends or some kids that are looking to get into pickleball, you can check out Napipo's pickleball paddles. You really like Napipo's pickleball paddles, don't you, Prane?
I do. I have to say I was pleasantly surprised, and I've been enjoying it really a lot. And there's some really great paddles out there. And in fact, my personal paddle, I think is somewhere here. See this one here? I play with this a lot, and it's the MX-07.
Yeah, I always call it the Galaxy paddle. I can never remember the numbers of those, but it's the MX-7, or as Randy likes to call it, the Galaxy paddle.
The Galaxy paddle. I do like that paddle a lot, and I enjoyed a lot playing with it. It's it's solid. It feels very good on the hand, but they have really good paddles out there. Almost every one of them, which are on the market from new people, has got some quality which works for some players and which may not work for some other players, but they have really covered every phases of it. For me, this MX-7 is definitely an all-round paddle, which I really like.
And they're very expensive. Typically, you can get 2 of their paddles for under $70. Some of them may be under $60.
Expensive or inexpensive?
Inexpensive, I-N-E-X, inexpensive,
okay.
Not expensive at all. While all this is going on, Napipo's having a Black Friday and Cyber Monday with some lightning deals, and I'll have links to their deals page in the show notes. So you may want to check back frequently to see what specific paddles they have, specific sales on paddles that they have going on. And there's a lot of pickleball fanatics out there who play when the temperature drops. You'll see on the forum, people are playing like in below 32 degrees weather. And if you spend any time on pickleball forum, you'll see the number of complaints about balls cracking very quickly. That's one of the reasons why you might recommend core pickleballs. Isn't that right, Prane?
Absolutely. I have to say I'm a big fan of the core pickleball. I'm nothing against the other balls. One of the things which we noticed about the core pickleball during compared to their competitors during especially hot days, for example, in Florida, when the ball gets really hot, generally most of the balls tend to get hot and get mushier, like they get softer.
Yeah.
And core seems to keep its steady when the heat is on, and it doesn't get as brittle when it's cold, like in the 30-degree temperatures, because most of the times their competitors, they tend to get a little harder and then they break, they get brittle. Whereas core withstands that and lasts longer. In fact, a lot of input which has come through other players who have played with it. They say they have played 24 games before they start seeing at least any signs of cracks. And they don't get warpy, they don't get wobbly as most their competitor balls are. So
they always say egg-shaped.
You have all these names, Randy. Egg-shaped and Galaxy.
There you go.
So I have really started enjoying them, and I've actually, we've been distributing some fun balls at the clinic, and generally all the bootcamp participants also get some of those balls in their goodie bags, and it's a really good ball, and they have a wonderful deal coming up too, right, Randy?
Yeah, use coupon code GURU25 for 25% off. That's core pickleball, fast and built to last. The best outdoor ball available on the market right now.
Okay. Is that really 25%? I thought I saw something like 50%.
No, it's 25%.
Okay.
Let's talk about clinics for a bit. Tina, you first attended Prame's clinic in Charlotte. Obviously, you decided to attend a boot camp after a clinic. But what about the clinic made you want to attend boot camp? You certainly get a lot more individualized attention at boot camp, but what did you like about the clinic?
The great thing about the clinic was I just started playing in May, and then I took the clinic 3 months later in August. So I was beginner, and I didn't develop too many bad habits yet. So for me, the clinic just, Pickleball is a lot more than just hitting a ball across the court. I mean, pickleball, you learn from the beginning, all the fundamentals from the very beginning, starting with your serve, the return, and then you go into you touch on all the basic strategies, all the smart pickleball strategies. You touch on so much in those 2 days. And
There's a lot packed in.
It's a lot packed in, and it's so affordable. I mean, for that price. And he touches on what he does in his smart pickleball book. He touches on all of it. So the serve, the return, the hitting hard shots at the net, everything, dancing with your partner. He touches on all of it, gives you a taste of all of it, teaches you the basics, and then it really, to master it, if you want to master it all, you have to. That's why I took the boot camp. But the clinic gives you all the basics.
And she already said it for me. Clinics are very affordable. They're only $97. And through December 1st, if you go and sign up for one of the clinics, you'll get an additional 20% off by using promo code BF.
Is that for boyfriend?
Best friend or Black Friday, take your pick. I was actually going to say best friend, but you beat me to it. Now, the neat thing that I want to talk about, if you especially want to improve your reaction time at the net as well as enhance your hand-eye coordination, tell everyone about the Slam Master, Prem. Do you have one with you?
I do not have it with me.
That's all right, because Randy does.
There you go.
It's a pickleball paddle that has an extension cord, well, not an extension cord, an elastic cord that's connected with a ball. And what it is, it's like that old red ball and paddle thing, but it's so much more. If you check out their website, you can see them practicing dinks, you can see them practicing drives, you can see them practicing lobs. It's not just trying to hit it off and make it come back to the paddle. They're actually bouncing it and having it come back to them. So you can practice drops, just about anything. But it's a pretty slick tool for hand-eye coordination. Do you have anything else you want to add about it, Prem?
I think you've added everything there, Randy. I truly think yes, those videos are actually very eye opener, like how much you could do with a hand-eye coordination. Obviously, I don't know. I wouldn't say I have some talent, I guess. So those hand-eye coordination was probably natural to me. But for people who need to just work on their hand-eye coordination, I actually saw that being used at the recent Tucson Bootcamp, and people seem to have enjoyed it.
And the other thing about it is you can go out on the court by yourself with it.
That's right.
Or go out into your driveway. You don't have to have a partner when you're practicing on this to get the skills up.
That's right. And you don't have to go retrieve balls.
That's true. That's true.
Makes it easier when you have a ball attached to you. Makes it easier.
So if you want to get on the Slam Master train, use coupon code GURU, GURU, for 10% off this training tool that also provides a lifetime warranty.
To replace the paddle on the ball too?
Yeah.
Wow. That's an amazing deal.
Yeah. So there's lots of gift ideas for the holidays. You can also check out Jigsaw Health and the products specially made for pickleballers. Use coupon code CARNOT10, CARNOT10 for an extra $10 off. What's your favorite Jigsaw product, Prem?
My favorite, all-time favorite in Jigsaw product is definitely the Supreme. I really like the Supreme, which is a really, really good drink for me. Like, you mix it up and drink it while I'm playing. The Mag Suit, which is the one which post games before you go to sleep, it's got some magnesium in it, so it relaxes your muscles. You feel much more relaxed, and you don't feel like you're cramping while you're going to sleep. You don't want to have that odd feeling of cramping when you're in bed and trying to get rest, and it hurts a lot. Maxwoods has been a really good, and I think that they've done a great job in combining some really good products in there, and they're sugar-free, so they are really good products to use.
Excellent. So let's return to paddles, Prem. You've got your signature paddle available from Baseline Sports. What's special or unique about your paddle, besides the fact that it's got your signature on it?
That's the unique part of it.
That's the unique part of it, of course. I set you up a little too good for that.
That's right. Well, the Signature series from the Baseline Sport is, I have, it was designed obviously by me, which is a paddle which has a pretty much a full-on sweet spot. There's not much of a dead spot on it. It's got a really long handle. I'm sure you have one of those paddles laying near you, Randy.
Oh, keep talking. I'll go get one.
So it's a really nice paddle, which has a really good sweet balance between power and control, and also a lot of good spin on it. So it's a really good paddle. It has a great design on it. Obviously, at least reminds you what you're supposed to do on the pickleball court, which is very important. What do you think it is important, Randy?
Breathe.
That's right. Breathe. So Randy is unwrapping one of the new paddles, which will be soon.
It's like an unboxing.
That's right.
They all come with a cover.
The sleeve. And there you have it.
Nice.
It's the Breathe. It's the logo inside a Zen circle. A reminder that we are totally incomplete in this life cycle. So in our pickleball world, we'll always be incomplete. There's always something to learn from. And
Baseline Sports has a Black Friday deal going on, an extra 20% off if you use coupon code BF11272020. It looks like that's BF and then 1127 for the date and 2020 for the year. That's 20% off all orders from 11/27 to November 30th, 2020.
That's a sweet deal.
Yeah,
and
so you can get another 20% off any other paddles, including yours.
Yeah, and Baseline Sports does have a lot of really good, cool paddles of their own line, and especially they do have a beautiful their garments, especially for ladies. Their dress, pickleball outfits are amazingly well designed. I think Don's wife has done a great job in getting some really good, cool designs for pickleball outfits for the ladies. Very colorful and very lively.
And if you're looking for some active wear on the courts, Dink T has some pretty awesome pickleball gear, including a smart pickleball t-shirt. And if you're looking for a larger order, say for a tournament or a club, email sales@dinkt.com for the best prices. I'm wearing my favorite Dink Star t-shirt that Prane keeps mentioning. That's a reference to Star Wars, which Prane knows nothing about because he refuses to watch Star Wars, even though he has a Disney Channel. But all these links are going to be available in the show notes. And if you haven't done so already, head on over to thepickleballguru.com to sign up for some free stuff, our monthly newsletter, and lots more pickleball strategies and tips on the blog. Plus, you'll get exclusive tips, tricks, and strategies only available to Guru Nation. Anything else, Prane? Tina?
No, thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Thank you.
Nice to see you both.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for joining us. All I have to say is, as I always say, just go have a blast out there on the pickleball court. And remember, it's only pickleball.
It's only pickleball. Like I mentioned, all this information is going to be available down in the show notes to check out. If you're looking at this on YouTube, just hit the see more thing and you'll see just a whole list of stuff with the coupon codes and all the links. All right, Guru Nation, thank you so much and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Bye-bye.